talking about Man United, obviously they've got some problems. Massive injury list again. They've got Euro who they've just brought in. He's out for 3 months. And then Højlund's picked up an injury. A lot of fans have been moaning today on social media about the fact that the signings haven't, again, happened how they want. Do you think Man United can compete this year with what they've got, or do they need to sign players, don't they?
No, they're not going to be. For me, they won't be competing with what they've got. They need to sign players. They've made signings that just haven't worked out for him. Casemiro came and he started well, but he looks off the pace.
He looks leggy now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks his age, really, doesn't he? He looks his age. He's off the pace. You know, me and you, we had the discussion in Kuala Lumpur about Scott McTominay. I think he's, you know, I think he's 100% wholehearted player. But if you're going to win the league title, you're going to compete. If you look at the previous central midfield players, I've just written down a few: Beckham, Carrick, McClear, Keane, Ince, Robson, Scholes. He's not in that ilk.
Do you not think he's good enough, though, to play for Man United? Obviously, there's talk of him leaving and going to, say, a Fulham. And we obviously had this with this chat. People wouldn't have known, but my argument was with him is that he made a difference last season. He comes on, he scores goals. Yes, he's not Paul Scholes, right? Yeah. We get that. He's not Paul Scholes, but he affects games and he makes things happen, and he knows what it means to play for Man United.
Yeah,
do you think Man United are losing them players?
No, well, what I'm saying to you is right. I don't disagree with that. I'm looking from a manager's point of view. You keep him in the squad. He scored 10 goals last season, seven in the league, and some very important goals.
Big goals.
You keep him in the squad. I was talking from a player's point of view, right? If you look at Scott McTominay now, he's been at Manchester United now. I think he's coming up to 27. He could be 28 soon. He's been there 8 seasons, and he's still only played 176 appearances, 22 games a season that averages out. That's league games, right? Now, for me, when you finish playing football, when I finished playing football, it was never about money, was never about the money. That's a byproduct of what you do. It was about playing football matches and winning. And when a professional footballer, I've seen so many of it in the game today, when professional footballers do not, if it doesn't hurt you, Jamie, you know, you play the game.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hurt you playing week in, week out, and you're happy to sit on the bench, and I do agree with you, you need players who are going to do that, who'll be your squad players, but I'm talking from a player's point of view, and from me personally, right, I would want to be playing every week. And if I've given it my best shot, as McTominay has given it at Manchester United, and he's going to be a squad player, you go and play. Look at Conor Gallagher. He's been told by the manager he's not going to play. He's brought in the boy from Dewsbury Hall.
Yes.
So he's going to go with Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. He's told him he's not going to play. So he does right, Conor. He goes, and that for me...
Do you think that's a mistake, though?
I think it's 100% a mistake.
Because I like Conor Gallagher.
I think he gives the team something when you've got the two players. He's not the most, as we've seen in the Euros, he's not the best on the ball, but he gives you energy. He goes and closes it down the play, makes things happen. You
need them players in your squad,
you need
to let the star players like Cole Palmer to shine.
100%. I think it's a bad bit of business by Chelsea. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
But Scott McTominay, you don't think that's bad business?
I think if they could get 20-25 million for him, I think it's good business for Scott McTominay to go and play, where he'll play regularly at West Ham, at Fulham.
Yeah.
And then they've got to go in and bring in somebody better than Scott McTominay. At the moment, they lack that quality of midfield players. When you've looked at the likes of Roy Keane and Paul Ince and Scholesy and people like that, I mean, even if you talk about players who, I mean, you're talking about Michael Carrick, you're looking at players of that ilk. That is the quality they need if they're going to challenge the big boys in Man City and Arsenal next season.
Yeah. I hear your point. Something about Scott McTominay. He's Man United. You know,
he's not Man United if you're going to win the league. If you went back to a Man United side that was going to compete for the league title, McTominay would be hard pushed to get a place on the bench.
I know, but they had players like Darren Fletcher and John O'Shea and Ji-Sung Park, who didn't play every week but come in, does a job for the side, and they're players that you need in your squad, surely.
But they're squad players. They're around. But Scott McTominay, he's not going to play regular football for Manchester United if they're going to win the league title. And look at the quality of the teams that are coming in for him. You know, if he was that. You know,
Yeah,
and I don't want to be disrespectful to Scott McTominay because let me tell you, I like his industriousness. I like the way he works hard and whatever, and he gives 110%. But we're not talking about he's available for sale, and we aren't talking about a Liverpool or you know, those type of clubs. We're talking about a Fulham, who we're talking mid-table team.
Yeah. All right, you can have your say on that. Man United fans want to hear from you about your transfer activity at the moment. Obviously, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, looks like you're signing Zupermendi, who's going to be a decent signing for you.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.